Chloe here with Paradise Fears in Pontiac, and we're going to ask them a few questions before their set tonight. How are you guys?
Good.
Really good. Really excited to be here in Pontiac with Chloe. So.
Okay, so we're nearing the end of your tour, and you guys have been playing some new songs. What's the reaction been like, and what's the tour been like?
It's been really good, I think, so far. Yeah, people seemed excited. They know the words to the song. It's a song we're really proud of. So, and, it's exciting to see that people are really responding to it and seem excited about it. And the tour overall has been great.
Yeah, awesome bands, awesome fans, awesome.
Yeah. Lucas got this cool turtleneck.
I can turn into an earthworm on command now.
So that's definitely been the best part about the tour.
I'm glad to hear it.
That and this.
Oh, thanks. So, as you guys grow more popular, it's harder to connect with your fans, obviously. And I think Paradise Fears is kind of known for really connecting personally with your fan base. Do you find that it's harder as time goes on?
Yes, certainly, but I think there's kind of also like an added level of understanding. Like I think our connection with people has always been one of this is the art that we create and they connect to that. And so long as the art and the message behind it stays consistent, then people I think will still keep connecting. And I mean if they were people who needed to be able to meet us and have a 10-minute conversation with us in order to be able to listen to our music, then those are the people who probably will stop listening to us. But and every other band in the world. So I guess not a whole lot lost there is kind of the thought. But we still very much. I think no matter what and no matter how big we get, we could be selling out 10,000 person arenas, which is obviously like a best case scenario. But even if that was the case, we would still do our best to go out and meet people. We would still try to, we'd still listen to stories. We'd still read tweets and read letters just the exact same way that we do now. So all we can promise to do is our best, and I think people will hopefully keep connecting with the art that we're creating.
I will.
Aww.
No problem. So, a lot of your exposure can probably be credited to like the covers you guys release on YouTube because they're fabulous. And so tell us a little bit about that process, like from picking a song to uploading it.
We pick a song based on kind of like what's relevant at the time and the song that we have to like it obviously too. Mm-hmm. And then we go into a studio and take probably like 4 or 5 hours doing the actual song.
Yeah. We try to dig into it and like have like a really purpose for it creatively. A lot of times it's the same thought. Like, let's do Die Young, but let's do it with a kazoo. Let's do Same Love, but let's do an original verse. And that we kind of try to base production around that. And then
different swing on things. We
shoot the video later. Contrary to popular belief, we're not actually playing in any of our music videos. Those are all staged.
Yeah,
if you notice, nothing is plugged in, and
stuff missing.
it's always so funny to me. People are like, they always like point out the errors on like they're like, oh my God, Michael's keyboard isn't plugged in anything.
We're not trying to trick anybody.
We're like, yeah, we're in the middle of a field. Of course, we're not actually playing the song.
It would not sound like that. We should release stuff that act like how it would actually sound.
Yeah, it would be horrible. It'd be like nothing's on.
Yeah, like what?
But no, so that, and then I guess it usually takes us a couple of weeks to get it uploaded, like definitely, unless we're on a real time crunch, we try to give rude. But.
Well, anyways, moving on past that. What's your favorite cover you guys have released, respectively?
Same Love was really awesome. I really like the Wallflowers cover too. That was really cool.
Definitely.
Natural.
I'll be honest, the one that I go back and find myself listening to the most, I really liked the vibe of our Both of Us cover by B.O.B. and Taylor Swift. I got to write an original like rap verse for that, and I really just liked the way that turned out and the overall feel of it. But then Same Love and the Wallflowers cover probably are my favorites as well.
I think you should come out with a rap side project. I think that would be pretty good.
I don't even think we're going to call it a side project.
Just throw it right in.
It's been incorporated into a lot of our newer music. I think we've got, probably 5 or 6 new songs that have spoken word sections? Yeah, so forget the side project. I'm not trying to make music with anybody else.
Our front project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds good then.
Sandy Mills would be my rapper name if I did. Or like if I was trying to be like all class, I could be like a Samuel Steven Tyler, right? Like Samuel Steven Tyler,
just Steven Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Jr.
Yeah.
Okay, well, since Yours Truly was released, you guys have come out with 3 singles, and I think it's like agreed upon by fans and critics that they show a lot of growth lyrically and musically. And so, do you think that the whole new record is going to reflect that and have like a lot different of an impact than Yours Truly did?
Yes,
Yeah, it'll be
100%.
very, very
I think
different.
I appreciate what you said about demonstrating growth. We definitely have heard a lot of that as well. And I think even just between the singles, like there was Sanctuary, and then Home was much more like honest lyrically and developed that way. And then Warrior is, I mean, light years ahead.
Completely different.
It's like, yeah, and I would say ahead of where we've been previously. It just feels like, and I think all of the new music we've been making is so much more progressive lyrically and musically that yeah, hopefully when people hear our new music, they're like, man, these guys are really pushing the envelope,
Doing something different.
and we're always, I mean, we can't even be content with it. Like we recorded 15 to 16 songs, and now we finished touring in March, and then we're going back to write more, like just because we want to be
The best we want to get the best possible product.
I don't think we'll ever be content, so we just kind of have to keep releasing it. We just have to, eventually we're just going to have to start, like, shoving music out and be like, okay, listen to this until we get our next stuff up, and it'll always be like that, kind of.
Yeah, holding people over a little bit.
Yeah, that's the idea.
So, of everything new written so far, what are you guys most proud or happy to release eventually?
Oh, man. There's a song called Who You Are that's a little bit more ballady and is based on kind of the person that my parents always kind of taught me to be, and I am very, very excited about that song. And I also just like listening to it. It's got a cool vibe, and the vocal sounds real good. Just kidding. Real smooth.
We have this song called Battle Scars that I think is probably going to be the first song on something that we release. And it's a very good introduction song to something. Like I think a lot of people will be able to relate to it. It's very like, it's big, it's got like huge strings and stuff in it.
It's anthemic.
Definitely.
And it's the message. It's exactly, it's like we were talking about, like as long as people still connect with the message, I don't think we'll ever lose that personal bond. It's like the message times 1,000.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so in the last year, you guys have experienced a lot of new things, and one of them is headlining a tour. And so how is headlining different and then I guess similar to also opening a tour?
You get to play a lot of songs.
You can play a lot more
That's
songs.
always really fun.
You get, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, support touring always feels to me like really like kind of like temporary, like, oh, this is just kind of something we're doing in between headlining tours.
Yeah.
Whereas headlining is like, it's like, maybe support touring is like getting chips, and then headlining is cashing them in.
Yeah.
And that's, so it's like all of the, anytime we're going to introduce something really new and really exciting, we wait for a headlining tour to do it. So we're like kind of stocking up ideas right now. We've got like so the next time we do a headliner, it's going to be really fun. But yeah, no, it's a totally different idea. I mean, it's in when you're doing support, a lot of ways you're on you have to, somebody else's tour, like, and so there, a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, and even just like the overall vibe of the tour is that band's, and so that's a primary difference. Whereas like when we were headlining, it was like that was our tour. It was very cool being, having a tour that was ours. And definitely at some point in 2013, we will be headlining a full U.S. tour, and I think we can pretty much definitely say that.
Yeah.
And it'll be ours, and hopefully yours, to share with us.
Okay, and you guys are also kind of the master of house shows. It seems like you guys have done more house shows than anyone else, and those are a way different experience. I just went to my first house show ever this fall, and it was to see William Beckett.
Nice.
And I didn't know them, the person who owned that house, and it was just really strange, but not bad. So have you ever had any really peculiar experiences doing a house show, just like completely off the wall?
We've had every peculiar experience doing house shows, and I mean they're always fun. Like they're always fun. They're always exciting. We've played so many different like. Early on, I mean, a lot nowadays they're a lot more expensive, and that's kind of created like they're all very much more similar. Like it's people who really listen to our music. But back in the day, people used to be like one girl who listens to our music would pay for it and invite like 10 of her dude friends who just love country.
Had no idea who we are.
And they just hang out and like stare at us, and it's weird. If they brought them to a show, then that's great. But at like a house show, like literally we can see their faces, like their disapproving faces. So I don't know. There have been shows where we haven't, it's gone way longer than we that had originally planned. Sometimes people will come and play with, the girls that we're playing the house shows for will sing with us, and that's always a different experience. So yeah, you're right. It's a totally different concert experience, but we really like them because, like you said, it's kind of at this point really our only opportunity to be really personal with people and get to know people who are listening to music.
Yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos where I'm like, how did they end up there and what's going on?
We were asking ourselves probably the same question.
Yeah.
Exactly. My mom is always like, okay, so I saw this video of you playing in a picnic shelter with a pool on top of you.
Turn our backs to the cars.
But
Till the day my uncles can be united by law. Kids are walking around the hallways, plagued by pain in their hearts. A world so hateful, someone rather
a lot of parks, a lot of living rooms.
Certificate on paper. Is it gonna change?
Remember that one time where there was that Christmas village?
Yeah, that
Right there. That was so sweet. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
It was like a whole town of Christmas.
On levels.
Yeah. In someone's house. It's amazing.
People are very hospitable as well.
Oh yeah, totally. That's another fun thing about
People
it.
have
is,
crazy foods and stuff like that.
Yeah, we get
they make what they would.
they make the
normally
regional
do,
foods,
yeah.
so we get that's the coolest way to, more so than any other touring we've ever done. That's the best way to experience the culture of the city is to meet its residents, So we got mad jambalaya when we're in Louisiana. They love that jambalaya. Yeah, I love it too.
Go back just to get it. No songs, just jambalaya.
No, yeah, exactly. That's what we're telling them.
Okay, well this is my last question, and it actually was sent in from someone on Twitter named Paradise Me, and they want to know what future touring plans you have, if you can give us any hints.
We can't, unfortunately, not yet.
But there will be touring.
There will be touring, and it will be happening very soon. And right now we're on the Resolution tour. We've got another week of this, and then we will be starting another tour very shortly after that, for just a little bit, just a couple of dates, and then we're done for a little while. Not done, but
Take hiatus.
yeah, hiatus.
No, that's not true.
No, but we're going back to writing. We're going to be doing some college shows and stuff like that, and then we're kind of we've played the U.S. a lot in the last year.
I know.
So right,
It's like
people
the fourth time seeing you.
exactly Pontiac, Chicago, and St. Louis. We've played 8 times in a year, which is I'm getting sick of playing us in St. Louis. I don't know how people still come to see us in St. Louis
Yeah.
because
I'm sick of seeing St.
we
Louis.
pretty much live in St. Louis.
Yeah, really, might as well move.
Moving to the Firebird. But no, so we'll have a little bit off after that. But then once we do come back, it'll be back with a bang, with new music and a much different live show. So hope people are ready.
Okay, well hopefully they are. All right, thank you very much, Paradise Fierce. Make sure to check out everything new they have coming.
There's a soul, there's a pulse, there's a warrior. There's a hole where my heart used to be.